What's going on guys, Bunks here and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the station core and station overrides which currently do a whole load of absolute nothing. Sure, you can get these station overrides and try to input the code to the station core only to be greeted with a message that says it's counterfeit and that access is denied. Now, these overrides have been part of No Man's Sky since the Prisms update in June 2021, which is well over a year ago. And we've also had multiple major updates since then with nothing further added to them, so that begs the question most of us have probably been wondering for a while, what will these station overrides actually do? I think it's fairly clear that Sean and the team at Hello Games will eventually do something with the station override, otherwise they wouldn't have added it into the game in the first place. There is a theory around Hello Games adding this into the game and then doing nothing for the next 18 months, and that is it involves a huge update to space stations and related aspects of the game, and they're still not sure exactly what that's going to include, so they're working on it slowly in the background. When they'll eventually incorporate this into a future update is anyone's guess, but one of the most likely theories behind it is that it's going to give us a chance to own a space station, at least to a degree. So, what could possibly be involved in owning a space station? Well, first of all, I would suspect it means we'd have to defend it from pirates because since the Outlaws update, we do stumble across space stations which have been taken over from pirates, so it makes sense they would include this as part and parcel of owning one. It could be handled in a similar fashion to how you defend your settlements from sentinels, and it would likely involve space battles similar to those you'll see when you come across a freighter under attack. Of course, if you then lose this battle and your ship gets destroyed, when you come back to the space station you should be able to find that it's been taken up by pirates, but I would also think you'd get the opportunity to reclaim the space station back by once again taking the battle into space against pirates. Is there anything else you'd add or change to this theory of owning your own space station and having pirates being able to attack it? Let me know in the comments. Another thing we could have around this is having derelict space stations, similar to that of derelict freighters. We could get to explore more of the space station while fending off some biological horrors, which would then eventually give us high value and super rare rewards when we finally reach the end. So what happens if we leave the space station alone for a certain amount of time if we own it? Could we then see the space station become abandoned, similar to other stations throughout the galaxy, or would they become derelicts? Which one do you guys think? Now, another feature that could be added in owning your own space station is having the ability to customize it and build further rooms or even build a base in there, similar to how you can do that in your freighter at the moment. I would like to see new rooms in a self-owned space station versus the rooms you have in a freighter because obviously they have different purposes. We could have resource research rooms or crafting rooms for high value resources which we could then add to the trade terminals and make a profit off of. More on that in a couple of minutes, but we could also have a few extra NPC stations we can add as well as within the space station, perhaps NPCs offering us new blueprints for high value and very rare resources for a cost, or space station upgrade components including rooms, appearances and much more. I think that these would be a nice addition. Further to building new rooms and NPC stations, we could also have the opportunity to change the appearance of the space station both inside and out. And inside, I know I've mentioned adding new rooms and other things, but with this one I'm talking more specifically about the space station hangar where you fly into. As opposed to us having full control of the appearance of the space station hangar, Hello Games could add a couple of options for us to choose from which would possibly make it easier change to make for the game. Secondly, we could get the ability to alter the appearance of the outside of the space station. There are already a few different shapes, appearances and colours of space stations that you'll see when you're exploring No Man's Sky, so being able to customise them, along with perhaps adding a couple of our own decals to make them personalised, would be a nice little addition as well. So of course, one very important thing that we could get control over is the trade that goes through the space station. Let's say you happen to get a space station that's in a poor economy system and you get the opportunity to undertake quests to slowly improve that economy. These may entail creating mining facilities on planets within that system that are rich with resources or hunting resources down yourself which you can then place on the trade network and set a heavy price for. You know, No Man's Sky business things, right? Equally, let's say you undertake these kind of quests in a rich economy and if these go wrong or you take the wrong actions, you could then be setting yourself and that economy up for a recession. Kind of like real life now, at least in the UK. These quests could give you rewards like blueprints for very rare and high value resources and blueprints to create facilities designed to farm these new resources on a large scale. That leads us on to making a profit from selling these resources on the trade network. If you think about it, you could become insanely rich from doing this, but also you could lose out a lot if your gambles go tits up. It might be interesting if Hello Games gave us a couple of routes to go down for trying to boost the system's economy, but once we're on one route, we're effectively committed to making it work and we can't change it up if it goes wrong. Is there anything I haven't mentioned in this video that you guys think could be included when Hello Games finally decide to give the station override a purpose? If there is, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think is going to happen with them when they finally get updated. And that, folks, is a whole bunch of speculation around what the space station overrides could possibly do in the future No Man's Sky updates. This could be sort of similar to what we'll see in the future when we do eventually get that update, or I could be totally off the mark, which means this video is then rendered useless. Either way, I bet, like me, you guys just want to know what's going to be happening with it, right? And if you enjoyed this video and you're still here, it'd be totally awesome if you could support my channel and hit those like and subscribe buttons whilst you're here. As always, thank you for watching and catch you on the flip side.